Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. This is math class today. And what you're going to be doing is telling time to the nearest minute. So we want to try to be as precise as we can. The first worksheet that I want you to do is this page 96. I'll write it down in all the directions. But the reason why I want you to do this one first is because this one is telling to the nearest 5 minutes. So this will get your brain working on telling time to the nearest 5 minutes. Okay, some of them are a little tricky. So some of them they're hard to read. So here's my clock I made. Okay, this was out of one of the samples that I sent you guys for Monday's assignment. And what I did is I just went around and wrote down the 5-minute increments around my clock just to refresh my memory. Okay, so you're going to want to do is look real close, and we're going to tell this time together. Okay, so if I'm looking at this clock, it's a little tricky. So the hour hand, remember, is the shorter one. Okay, and the longer one is the minute one. So if I'm looking at this clock, it's going to tell you that it's right pointing to the 12. So I would go with 12. And I would write in that it's 12. And then keep in mind that you're going around the clock in 5-minute increments. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, we'll try another one. There's the minute or the hour hand pointing to the 10, and it's only a little past 10. So we're going to 10, and then you're going to go 5, 10. Okay, so you're just telling to the closest time, so that's 10, 10. Okay, so you're just telling time to the closest number there. Okay, then it gets a little tricky. They want you to start telling time to the nearest minute. The nearest minute now, you're going to have to count the numbers in between. So it's not just the 5, 10, 15 anymore. Now you're counting in between. Okay, so if you look again, the reteaching has the great examples for you. Okay, so it says here, if you look at the hour hand, it's closer to the 11. It's not quite at the 12 o'clock yet. And it's in between the 7 and the 8. So you're going to have to get in there real close. You're going to have to kind of, remember how we're kind of drawing in that line and trying to, trying to figure out exactly what time it is. So see how I drew that line to kind of get me closest to the minute. And then I'm going to count. I know the 7 is 35. And then the next one is 36, 37, 38. So the time should be 11:38. And you're going to do that. And they show you here how to go around your clock. They show you how to then count by the minute. And then they show you how to write the time. So the two ways you're going to write the time, the two ways you're going to tell time is you're going to actually write the time on the clock. Okay, so this time I wrote it right down as 11:38. And the next thing you could say is that it's 35, 36, 37, 38 minutes past the hour. You could also say that it's getting close to 12 o'clock, so you have to count how many minutes it would be until you get to 12 o'clock. And it would be 22 minutes to 12. So you can write it two different ways. So write the actual time down and then either tell how many minutes past it is or how many minutes until the next hour. Okay? So it should be this one you're practicing first, telling time to the nearest 5 minutes. Okay? Some of them get a little tricky because the hour hand is a little tricky to tell where it is. But get as close as you possibly can. Ask your parents for help or reach out to me and I can help you. And then you're going to do the reteaching page first, and then do the practice page as well. Okay? All right, just telling time. Okay, we'll see you soon.